Hello everyone, and now is a video for how to install the Anaconda and Python into your computer. Because today mornings and we install the Anacondas in our computer not very well because our computer classroom's environment is not great, not friendly for us. So now I will record a video to tell you how to install that in your computer. So please, before you go to our next lectures, and you needed to finish all the environment setting. Okay, so in today's course, and we will divide that into maybe two parts. Okay, and the first part is Python environment, and the other part is data type. Okay, so at the beginning, we needed to set up a Python development environment, and later I will introduce the data type and the variables. Okay, and in Python environment, that is, we needed to install some things in your computer, because at the beginning, your computer will not understand what are you coding about, because that is a new language for your computer. So if you want to make sure your computer can understand what you're coding, so you needed to install the Python first, and also you needed to have an editor to code. Okay, so first of all, we needed to download Python. Okay, Python's versions will change, but we just needed to download the latest one. Okay, so now maybe we can search it. Okay, maybe I just search it, and I can type Python through our browse to our search. Okay, through our search bar, and we will see the first one is welcome to Python. When we go to this website, and please move your mouse to the downloads, and you will see here is a Python 3.11.2. This is download for Windows. So if you are Mac, and I think this is download for Mac. Okay, because the website will monitor your system. Okay, so if you are Windows, just click it, and we just download it. Okay, but I already download it. Okay, and I will show you how to do this. For example, we can see here is Python 3.11.2, and I click it. And we needed to install now, but before we click this button, and please check with this, add Python to path. Okay, because in our computer we needed to make sure the computers, they will understand our system when you wanna run your Python code. Okay, you needed to make sure the computer will know your Python channel is where. So we needed to add Python to path. We needed to click it here. If you click it already, and please click install now. Okay, we just keep installing. Yes, setup was successful. Okay, disable path length limit. Change your machine configuration to allow programs, including Python, to bypass the. Okay, maybe just change. Okay, close. Okay, so now we already installed Python in our computer. And what's our next step? Our next step is we needed to download an editor. Editor is our Visual Studio Code. Actually, this Visual Studio Code can download and can help us to code. Okay, maybe you have a project and you can through this Visual Studio to control all our codes. Okay, but if you just a small project, and maybe you don't need to use an other editors. Okay, so maybe we just search it, Visual Studio Code. Okay, and we can go to here, and we can download it. Okay, we use Windows, and we can click the save. Okay, and we will use it later. Okay, wait me a moment. Okay, and then now we just install it. Okay, we can click the Visual Studio Code user setup. Okay, and we agree with this, and we click the next step. Okay, we just keep next step, and here, okay, we don't change anything, and keep going, install it. Okay, if finished, and we can see this one. Okay, wait me a moment. Okay, now you can see your Visual Studio Code, and please to open the folder. Okay, and actually we can create a new folder. Maybe that is our codes. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, I just use codes, and select this folder, and yes, I trust the authors. Okay, if finished, we can see our left hand side, and here has a code, and click to a new file to here Python. Okay, and we can check one thing. We can see the buttons of this view, and there has a blue line, and you can see our cursor is changing. Okay, when we mouse over to the blue lines, and our cursor will change it. So we just drag the line and drag it to a certain position. Yes, and we can use Python. Wait me a moment. We needed to code something. Hello. And in here, we can use the Python and the file name. So we can see here has a hello in here because we wanna print hellos in our terminal. Okay, so maybe if you run your computers, but that happens execute your Python file, so maybe you can close it, and please just search your Visual Studio Code. Okay, click it and run it again, and maybe you can run that. And also here has things is okay, and maybe you can go to the file preference, and you can click the setting, and in here you can change your font size. Maybe sometimes you need to code in the whole days, and the font size we can keep it bigger. Okay, so that is become bigger, and you can change so many things in here. Okay, so you can go to the file and preference setting, and you can change something in here. Okay, and let's check the other things. Extension. Okay, in here view and extension, and if your Visual Studio Code not execute your Python, and then maybe you can go to the views extension and to search the Python. Okay, to make sure the Python is already been installed. If not been installed yet, and please install it. Okay, and we can go to this file and to run it again. Okay, and if you see, okay, maybe we can run it again. Okay, and if you want to clear all these things, and you can type CLS to clear all the terminal things. Okay, so now maybe I can introduce you that here you can see this Explorer is your maybe your coding environment. Okay, your coding environment is including your folders, your code folders, and there will so many file is about your coding. Okay, your coding works. And if you click it, you can go to here to edit your code. But the computers can't understand what's this meaning, right? So you need to through a terminal. A terminal will make the computer to through a channel to understand what are you saying. Okay, terminal, that is their role. So I can tell the terminal, okay, please you go to a Python channel to help me translate the 2/first Python file, and that can help us to understand what's the meaning of 2/1 Python file. So we can see hello in here. Okay, so that is their process. Okay. And then now we needed to download the other thing is Anaconda. Okay, we just search it, Anaconda distribution. We go to this and we download it. Okay, and there will have the Windows versions. Okay, we just download it. And when we download it already, and we click it, and we can keep agree and the next step. Oh, by the way, please cancel it. Okay, because so many people you face some problems about your Anaconda, so I will suggest you we use right click and with system administration identity to execute. Okay, and next step agreed, and then I think it's just me. Next, install. Okay. Maybe we just wait a moment. Okay, we need to wait a moment because the installations need a certain time. Okay, so this is our Anacondas. Yes, because we needed to install Anaconda to help us to do so many things. Because I have told you in the mornings, for example, if today you conduct a machine learning project and the other one maybe is a game development project, but game development project maybe is started in maybe 1990 or 2000. Yes, but the machine learning project is start from maybe later year, so they need to depends on the different version of Python. But if today I needed to finish these two projects in the same times, or I needed to sustain these two projects in the same times, that means I needed to uninstall and install Python again and again. So that will spend so many time, and we will know today I conduct a machine learning project, or I conduct the e-commerce project or the game development project. We have the different purpose, right? So for this different purpose, we needed to install different package in our environment. Okay, maybe we both of us has package A, but we also the environment one we needed to depend on package B and package E, but environment two needed to depend on package D, package C. They have a different need. So based on this situation, and we will through the Anaconda to help us control the Python and the package, the version of Python and the other package. So actually, Anaconda is a very handy toolkit for Python developers. So I think the most importantly just that allow us to have multiple versions of Python installed on the same computer. We use the same computer and we can finish all the thing. So I think that is a major advantage from our Python. Okay, so we can go to the Anacondas and to download it. Okay, I think maybe that is finished and that is completed. So we click the next, finish. Okay, so our Anaconda is just finished, and so you will see here is all the things about the Anaconda. Here is all the thing about the Anaconda. Okay, so maybe we can go to the Anaconda list. We can go to the Anaconda. Okay, and please go to the Anaconda prompt. But sometimes we will face some problems with our permission. Okay, what's the permission? If, for example, in this computer there has so many user, maybe one or two user, and one is administration chatter, and the other is user, normal user. So administrator will has more right to use this computer. So we needed to through the prompt, okay, and with system administration identity to use it. Okay. Okay, so I can go to the conda list. So in here, I can go to check my Python version. Sorry, I typo. Okay, and in here I can go to search the conda list. Okay, if I search the conda list, I will know all the things about my Python. Okay, wait me a moment. Okay, keep going. So in here, we can through the conda list to understand how many projects, how many packages we already install in our Anaconda environment. So actually, traditionally, if you want to maybe just use your Python and your Visual Studio Code, and you needed to use Python to install so many packages by yourself. Okay, one package, and after one package, you needed to install so many times. But if you use Anaconda prompt, when we finish the Anaconda setup, we already finish all the thing. Okay, you can see so many packages already be installed in our Anaconda developments. So based on these reasons, I will highly recommend a beginner to use Anaconda. Okay, and later is we maybe in the futures, and you need to install the other package in your Anaconda environment. So I think there is a way is you use conda install matplotlib library. Okay, so conda install. You can use this way, conda install, and to the package name. So you can install any package. Okay, so maybe I can use matplot library and enter it. So they will collecting the package metadata and will help us to solving the environment and to understand what the environment need. So they will keep all the information provided to the user and will ask you, do we need to proceed? Just keep going or not? Yes, for sure. So if you agree with this, please type a Y in here. So I just type a Y in here and enter it. Okay, so they just finished the download. They just finished the downloads and they will understand the things. Okay. And if this thing is finished, okay, and I think we can start to code. Okay, so if we wanna code in through the anacondas, and we can use the Jupyter because this editor is already installed in Anaconda. And actually, Jupyter Notebook is equal to Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you can choose you use Visual Studio Code or Jupyter, but I will highly recommend you to use Jupyter Notebook because for me, I am teachers. I don't want to switch the Mac and Windows. Maybe you just use Jupyter, and I can more focus on your problems. Okay, if you have any problems, and I can discuss with you. So please, maybe during the course we just use Jupyter. Okay. So here is our Jupyter. Okay, and maybe you can create a new folder and to save all the file. For example, I can create a new folder like here, untitled folder, and in here I can create a new code. Okay, Python 3 in here. So I can use this way, Python Y. Okay, so here you can see a Y in here. So that is about our Jupyter. Okay, if you want to execute it, you need to use Shift keys and Enter. Okay, and that will show the output. Okay. Okay, so that is the other part is data type, and I already introduced all these concepts for you, so you need to practice about that. And actually, because I told you the data is very critical for the following course, so I wanna make sure you can practice this more. And actually, today's course is focused on the data type because there has so many different type of data. And first of all is numbers. Okay, number can divide into integers and floating point numbers. Okay, because different number data type and will use a different memory. Okay, maybe if today I needed to save the floating point numbers, maybe I needed to more memory to store this data. Okay, because maybe they're containing the one or more decimal. But if today this is an integer, I think that is very easy for a computer. So that is their difference, and sometimes we want to make sure they are different. Okay, so that's one is integers, and the other is because they have two decimal, so that is floating point numbers. And the other one is string. Okay, string is Python are surrounded by either single quotation or quotation mark or double quotation mark. Yes, because today I just give a double quotation mark or single quotation mark, some words in there, and I will call this a string. Okay, so double quotation is 双引号, single quotation is 单引号, and I can use this way to store the string. Okay, and the other thing is Boolean. Actually, Boolean can help us to represent one of two values. Okay, like black and white, like yes or no, true or false, so many things. We just use 0 and 1 to represent it. If a thing, we can use the 0 and 1, true and false, to represent it, you can use Boolean. Okay, so this way is very easy. And actually, that is not only to represent two things, they also present a status. For example, if some people tell you 10 is larger than 9, so that is true. So I will give it a truth in here. Or the other people tell you that is 10 is equal to 9. Actually, that is not equal. Okay, so I will say that is false. If somebody and other people told you that 10 is smaller than 9, actually that is not true. So that will be a false in here. So our computer will do these things to help us to understand the status of this sentence. Okay, is this a true or this is a false? So I can use a Boolean to help us to understand the status. And now the other thing is so critical. Okay, so we can see here today course where I show you the 3 collection of data, and 2 is ordered and the other is unordered. Unordered is set. Okay, you know we can use the set to compare the two things. Okay, maybe that's a 2 set. We can compare something course you have select, but something course I don't have select. Okay, so that is their difference. But because this is unordered, so maybe there has their limit application. But if something is ordered, okay, it's ordered, there has their own sequence from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there has their own index. So we will use list or tuple. Okay, if today you use a list, that is a good way because all the data in the list and can be changed. Okay, for example, today I can change the 98 to 80. I can change the 96 to 86, like this way. Okay, so if you wanna change some things in the list, and you need to use the list. You wanna change the item from sequence numbers, and you will need to use list. But if today you think, oh, all the numbers is no need to change, so you will use a tuple. Just like our ID number will not be changed. Okay, your ID number and my ID number will not be changed, and also our student ID number will not be changed. So in these times we can use a tuple to help us to recode it. Okay, so we need to depend on the situation to consider that today I will choose the order or unordered way, and today I need to use a list or tuple or set. This is based on the situation. So please try to understand what is list, what is tuple, what is set, and try to use these in your Jupyter and practice more. Okay, so I think that is a extra material to help you to understand how to install some things in your computer and try to make sure you can practice more. And I think just see you in March. Okay, bye bye.